not fully aware of who is going to be designated, of the powers of the European Parliament. Okay, so the lack of information is a good point. The available information is too complex, so this could be put together with the lack of information. Well, this would be too much, but here this is what's written in blue.
I guess, because there's the lack of information or too much information. Too complex.
Okay, so at the end, the people doesn't have information because either it is absent.
They don't understand that. Different.
Okay, or the people is not going to check the information because people think that it is too complex. So if you find, for instance, a whole book about what you're looking for, but this book is too complex and written in a language that you can't understand, it's possible that you are not going to even read the book.
But why you do?
Yeah, but it is much more likely
you
that you won't do it. Okay, so then people underestimate the value of elections. What did you mean with this sentence?
For example, people think that national elections are more important than for example,
elections. Okay, good. So people may think that there are several elections taking place in their country and that the European elections are like the least important ones. Okay, good. So they may see the European elections as a secondary election or chocolate election.
And I think it also depends on the time that the country has been a member, because the newer state population may not even feel they're in the European Union yet. So maybe they don't vote because they're not used to being part of the European.
Okay, so they are not fully aware or conscious that they are a part of the European club. Okay, it may be also included. In fact, later we're going to have some comparison of the voting turnout between countries, and it is right. It is true that in the newest member state, the participation rate is much lower than in other member states. Okay, right? Then, different ideology, people versus candidates. So I think that you meant that the people do not feel represented by any of the candidates. Well, I think that this is debatable because there are several options and there are even candidates which are against the European Union. So someone who hates the European Union can participate in the European elections in order to express their reactions against the European Union. So, well, this was an interesting idea, but I think that there is quite a broad range of options in the elections. Political apathy, okay, it may also be taken into account because, yeah, we can notice that in elections, generally speaking, the trend goes downward. Okay, so also we can note that in presidential elections, in legislative elections at the national level, there may also be a problem of low turnout. Okay, good. Candidates are not good for the people. I think that this is an idea quite similar to the first one. Okay.
More like personal, I don't like that kind of.
Okay, yeah, but this would be more like conjunctural reasons, not a structural reason. Okay, do not trust the system. Which system are you thinking about?
Like the voting system?
The voting system.
That was the thing about transparency that we were talking about later.
Okay, so are you referring to a possible fraud, for instance, in the elections?
Maybe not that much, but that they don't feel represented, the vote is not that important for democracy.
Okay, they may believe that their vote is like diluted, I'm not sure about this word, diluido, is lost. They may think that their own vote may be lost in the middle of millions of votes from the same country and from other countries. Okay, it may be. Believe more in direct participation, that today maybe some people may think that the political participation is not through elections but through other means. Okay, it may be, but I think that your other observation regarding individualism may be more convincing. The fact that people is more focused on their own issues. Okay, let's go back here. Lack of trust. Are results visible? Does your vote really make a change? So I think that this observation can be linked to the fact that every single vote is lost among a much larger number of votes. Lack of advertising, lack of, are you referring to active electoral campaigns, or
Yeah.
what are you referring to? Okay, because electoral campaigns do take place, but those campaigns are generally focused on national issues. For instance, in the European elections in Germany, the main arguments used by the different candidates will be related to specific German preoccupations. So this is not like a European-wide debate, but a series of national debates. Isn't it clear? Is it clear? Well, your face is saying two different things at the same time. I repeat. So the fact is that in each country, national issues are brought to the national campaigns. So it means that in Germany, the hot topics which are going to be taken into account during the campaigns will be topics related to the German situation. It is it is much more frequent to have like different preoccupations in each country instead of European-wide debates. Okay, then the way in which elections are taking place may be unsuitable, time and means. Okay, time, what are you referring to when speaking about time?
Yeah,
The date.
I read that they were taking place while students were having classes. I mean,
Okay.
like university students, and they could not
Okay.
go to vote, and that they should take place when another election is going to take place.
Okay, well, it is true that a higher level of participation may be observed if the European elections took place at the same time of that other elections. But in practice, well, the European elections usually take place at the end of May or at the beginning of June. So, well, this is not like the worst time, the worst moment ever. It is not the same day as Christmas, for instance, which would be, of course, perfectly stupid.
Yeah, but in June some students are in like their
Final
finals,
exams.
and that's
Okay.
very stressing. So you do not have.
Okay, well, it may be an excuse. But, well, a positive point may be that the elections are taking place in the same period for all the countries. So, in fact, you remember the specific dates in which the elections are going to take place this year? From the 22nd to the 25th of May this year. This is not going to happen the same day in every European countries, but during this same short period of time. So at least it may enable the people to feel that all the European people are going to do the same thing at the same moment. What is so funny, Jenalyn,